Friends, all of you know that geography is very much a part of UPSC CSE preliminary syllabus. Also, almost 15 to 20 questions are appearing in the examination every year. So, you should prepare for this subject with caution. Here is one good strategy that can help you to cover the syllabus. Firstly, I would recommend you to compartmentalize the subject into 4 parts. One is the Indian geography, second is the world geography, third is the mapping, and fourth is current events. First, coming to Indian geography, the best source to cover is 11th NCERT. Other than the chapter on natural hazards, every other chapter and every other paragraph and every other sentence is very much important in this book. So please read this very carefully. Now coming to the next book, 12th NCERT, only few topics like agriculture are important. You need not read the things on population and settlements also. So this you can read selectively. Now coming to the world geography. For world geography also, you can go for 11th NCERT, but that too selectively. For example, the chapters like landforms formed by running water or so, meanders, oxbow lakes, or peneplains, all these days UPSC is asking them in CDS and NDA exams, these kind of other examinations. So here you can stress on the other analysis part, and then you can prioritize the other parts here. Now, lot of people make a mistake of covering the GC Leong book in its entirety. Please do not do that mistake. These days, a gist of this book are available, and the cost benefit analysis will show that only one question hardly would be coming, and then this book is a very complicated book, which is mostly recommended for the optional student. So we being the general study students should not go for reading this book wholly completely. The gist would be sufficient. Now coming to mapping, so you have to, in mapping also you have to see this from two lenses. One is the Indian mapping and other is the world mapping. For Indian mapping these days, so many books like Geography Through Maps are coming. You can nicely prefer any one from the market. And secondly, for the world geography, there are atlas. Atlas would be sufficient, I guess. So you have to prioritize or schedule this in such a way that every 2 days you would be reading one continent. Every day you would pick up, for example, consider Indian geography. You would read waterfalls on one day, dams on one day, or rivers on one day, hills on one day, the mineral regions on one day. This way you can complete your Indian mapping as well. Now coming to the fourth aspect, the current affairs part. So if you are a vivid reader of a newspaper, then it is okay, it is well and good that you can go for that. But if time does not permit you to read, to read the newspaper, do not worry. These days magazines in the under the title places in news, most of these are covered. So even if you are at least if you are not reading the newspaper, try to cover the places in news through the magazines at least. This way, by compartmentalizing, by dividing the geography into 4 parts and then strategically reading, and then prioritizing some things, avoiding like what to read and what not to read can be segregated, and then this way you can complete the geography syllabus for preliminary examination thoroughly. And do not forget to revise these entire things at least for 5 to 10 times. Then only this the questions, the factual content would come to your rescue immediately, and the analytical part you can apply them in your questions easily. So hope this would be helpful for you. Thank you so much.